Hey everybody, Alex Rose here with Rose Properties. Want to introduce you to our newest project. We've been actually at this for about 30-45 days now. This is a new thing for me that I've never dealt with before. It's a commercial building, and we just bought it to be able to move into it and do some other creative things. So let me go ahead and show you inside and see what we got going on. All right, so right now we enter into what's going to be our office space for Green Palm Realty and Rose Properties. You can kind of see we're in a point where we've done some texturing, some drywall patching, and we're about to start painting today. One of the biggest conversions that we're going to do is this wall right here is going to get blown out. We're going to have a whole glass frontage with a door coming into our space, giving us some nice natural light. The rest of it's going to have glass interior walls for a conference room, our office space, and then we'll have some flex space for our realtors to come and work out as well. This direction here, we didn't have to blow this wall out. It was actually hidden behind the wall previously, but we just opened it back up. This will be our lounge area, a place for people to eat and kind of get a little bit of privacy. And then it also leads us into a kitchen. So it's a little messy right now. Obviously, we got to clean it up. We're not going to do too much on the renovation here. We're just going to clean it up, maybe paint some things, put some new hardware on here. It does what it's supposed to, and it's going to be able to service the people that we have renting as well. So the back section of the building is a lot of little office spaces. I think there's like 8 of them. They can, 8 or 9 depending on how it's laid out. So you can kind of see in this hallway here, it leads to these little bitty office spaces. Typical, little spots, big enough for a table, a chair, computer, just enough for someone to run their small business out of it. We do have a doorway that accesses from our office to the hallway. We'll probably keep that closed most of the time. And then we have a much larger space here for a bigger business. The coolest spot of it for me is the garage. Now, currently we have a friend, plumbing buddy, who's utilizing this space to store his things. The other side, we have our camper that we're working on, going to turn that into a bar. But the idea is to have this section here built out as a bar. And for starters, we're just going to do it for our own services. Bar, perhaps we'll have a stage over here in the corner, and then that kind of leaves everything else up for just lounging. So one of the things that you don't get to see now, we might have some photos of it to show you, is how dramatic this place looked before. There was barbed wire fencing wrapping the entire building and the properties behind it. It was an old ambulance business, and it just kind of looked raggedy. What we've been able to do so far is paint the exterior, take all the signage off. The driveway, it's going to be majorly renovated as well. You can see the ground's all shingles, and there's some asphalt. What we're going to do is we're going to rip all of this up and put new asphalt down. Here in the corner right off the side of the building will be a patio, landscaped. It'll be a fire pit, the whole thing. A nice place to enjoy outdoors. So right now we're in the parking lot. A few of the big differences that I've had to deal with on this, or we're in the middle of, is taking the property line for the commercial building and expanding it out 20 feet. So when we bought this, we also bought these 4 houses, and those are all currently zoned, or the office space is as an office. So we're going to convert them into residential homes. From there, we're going to tear up the backyard, give them new patios, sod, fencing, and then we're going to sell those off individually to families. Then that'll give us our privacy to be able to drive behind them. So one of the more exciting things that we're doing here is we're adding a mural, as you can see on the side of the building. They're mostly finished with it. I think they've got the rest of this week to finish it up. We were introduced to Heart Space Art by our landscape architect, Andrew. So super excited about that. Never done it before. I think it's going to really make this whole part of Riverside a more enjoyable place to drive by. Well, thanks again, guys, for watching this with me. It's an exciting project. There's a lot of new things that I've never dealt with before. So check back in a few months. We'll have a lot more done. We expect to have ours moved in here in about a couple of weeks, but then all the exterior stuff done in about 2 or 3 months. At the same time, we should be finishing up with these 4 houses. So take a look when we're done, and we'll get a video on that one as well.